Hello and good evening. I'm Nina Melker, Mercer County Commissioner and Senior Vice President of William Penn Bank. Welcome to the 2024 State of Robbinsville Township Pay It Forward event. William Penn Bank is once again proud to partner with Mayor Dave Freed to help Robbinsville Meals on Wheels, which has served as an invaluable resource for homebound residents of Robbinsville for nearly 3 decades. I am truly honored to be your MC this evening, and we are thrilled to be joined by our family of Meals on Wheels volunteers, administration, kitchen staff, and directors, both past and present, that have helped prepare the approximately 175,000 meals that are delivered over the past 29 years. Applaud that. Thank you to our prime sponsors, William Penn Bank, BAPS, and Capital Health. As well as Charbel, Robbinsville Township Firefighters Local 3786, Tibby Express, Mason Griffin Pearson, ARH Associates, Coterie, Phoenix Advisors, Pax Health, and Matrix. Mercer County residents can be proud of the dedicated work of our local elected officials, some of who are here with us this evening. Senator Linda Greenstein, Congressman Andy Kim, Mercer County Clerk Paula Cavello, Assemblyman Wayne D'Angelo, Assemblywoman Tennille McCoy, Mercer County Executive Dan Benson, along with my fellow county commissioners Lucille Walter, Sam Frisbee, and Kristen McLaughlin. Additional thanks to County Sheriff Jack Kemmler and Prosecutor Angelo Onofre and his tremendous team. A big shout out to our host and my mayor, Hamilton Mayor Jeff Martin. Hightstown Mayor Susan Bluth, East Windsor Mayor Janice Mironov, Lawrence Mayor Patricia Hendricks Farmer, Hopewell Mayor Ryan Kennedy, and Princeton Mayor Mark Frieda. Thank you all for being here tonight. We'd also like to extend a special welcome to Marla Mayers, the Executive Director of Legacy Treatment Services Foundation, as well as the Robbinsville Board of Education, which is led by Peter Olberg. Thank you for your service to the district teachers and our children. I stand here tonight with some big shoes to fill. Every year since Mayor Freed began his Pay It Forward campaign in 2015, my dear friend Janine Semino has served as the MC, and she has knocked it out of the park. Janine and her husband, John, my colleague, like many families this week, are attending their daughter's confirmation, but they send along their very best. I've attended this amazing event before, but standing up here and getting a bird's eye view of the love, charity, and care in this room, it's easy to see why Janine couldn't wait to come back year after year. And just when you think that Mayor Freed and his team can't possibly top themselves, they do. We're all very lucky to have organizations such as Robbinsville Meals on Wheels, and it's fair to say Meals on Wheels is extremely fortunate to have a supportive mayor such as Dave Freed. So I'd like to call your attention to the video screens to my right for a special presentation of this year's recipient.
My name is Marianne Foster.
Joanne Ferrara,
Carol Hotchkiss,
Joe Nalbone,
Matt Menino,
I am site manager, which means I am in charge of the kitchen.
I've been involved with Meals on Wheels for 2 years now, delivering the meals to the residents, the seniors in Robbinsville.
I'm a volunteer driver for Meals on Wheels, and I've been doing this since the fall of 2016.
I deliver meals for Meals on Wheels program.
I'm the treasurer of Robbinsville Meals on Wheels, and I'm also a volunteer driver with my wife, Ruth.
When I come in, I'm waiting for the driver to come. Whitson's Food Company comes and delivers the food from the truck. We receive the food, prep the food. Meals on Wheels recipients receive a hot entree and a cold bag. So we have to heat the spaghetti, the eggplant, the zucchini, place it in aluminum containers, put it in a hot bag, and then their cold bag, which has their juice, their milk, their dessert. They pick the bags up from us.
When I come to deliver Meals on Wheels, we come to the senior center, and the meals are already prepared. And I partner with Joanne Ferrara.
We usually arrive here around noontime to pick up the meals. We have roughly between 9 and 10 residents to deliver to. It takes us about an hour. The residents are wonderful. They enjoy seeing us. They talk to us.
When they answer the door or when we bring the meals into them, it's heartwarming because not only are they getting conversation, we'll make some light conversation, they're also getting food delivered. So they're happy because they have socializing, healthy because we're giving them nutrition, and home, which is the best place for them.
Everybody is so appreciative, and it's really a blessing for me to deliver the meals. I love it.
I retired in 1995 and felt I wanted to do something to give back. I thought about volunteering, and I saw an ad in the Sunday Bulletin, I guess it was, that Josephine Parr was starting this Meals on Wheels program. So I went for an interview. 20 years later, I'm still here.
My wife, Ruth, first heard about Meals on Wheels while she was doing her chair yoga class here in the senior center and thought it would be a good organization to help out in. And so she asked if I had an interest, and together we became drivers.
Basically, I had just retired from being a teacher, and I wanted to give back to the community. I remembered when my parents were aging, they really looked forward to having conversations with people, be it a mail deliverer or somebody they bumped into when they walked. And I thought perhaps that's something I could do, and that's how I found Meals on Wheels.
Every day is a blessing, as far as I'm concerned. I'm at a point in my life where I feel it's the right thing to give back in some way. And the volunteer work to help other seniors is a very good experience for me.
If you're able to do something for somebody, give it a shot. I'm glad I did it. Hopefully I can do it some more for a longer while. We'll see.
Ruth and I consider the Robbinsville Meals on Wheels clients that we deliver to like an extension of our personal circle or even family.
I appreciate them volunteering to provide us what we need. There's a lot of people need the help, need the assistance, and these people volunteer their time to provide that for us, which is godsend. As we get older, you have different struggles and all, and people like that kind of make us get through the day and face challenges.
It's a good thing to know that the recipients are receiving at least one good meal a day. I just think it's a great program, and if you know of anyone that might be eligible, to contact our office and give it a shot. It's a good thing.
It's my pleasure to introduce Robbinsville Meals on Wheels Director, Jody Mara, to say a few more words about why we are all here tonight.
The power of a knock. That is the national slogan for Meals on Wheels. A knock at the door might not seem like a big deal to many of us, but to our Robbinsville homeward bound residents, a knock could signal many things. It could be the arrival of the only person they see all week. It could bring hope. It can bring health. In our town, a knock from a Meals on Wheels driver brings nutrition and care that can completely make a difference in the day and maybe even save a life. On behalf of the Robbinsville homebound residents, I want to express our sincere gratitude for your recognition and generous donations. Thanks to your contributions, we can continue to deliver fresh, hot meals and companionship at no cost to Meals on Wheels clients. Each meal costs over $6, and that can be a burden for many residents, some who have lived in Robbinsville for over 60 years. While we have been able to provide without cost, thanks to your generosity, it's truly making a meaningful difference. I personally started delivering meals when my youngest son was in preschool. I would pick him up from school, and we would head over to the senior center by noon. He would look forward to these afternoons and meet some of the most loving people in our community. Every week, he would meet the cat lady in Sharon Muse, the candy lady in Foxmore, and of course his favorite was the dollar man in Newtown Village. These visits brightened everyone's day. This is the same son who made his confirmation from St. Gregory the Great earlier today. When I asked him if he would mind if I tried to squeeze in both the confirmation and the State of the Township event, he had 2 questions and 1 comment. The questions were, do I really have to go? 2, can you please bring me home some of Stone Terrace penne with vodka sauce? And his last statement was, of course I don't mind. Robbinsville Meals on Wheels has been a major part of his life, and he fully understands its importance. This amazing nonprofit was started in 1995 by Josephine Parr, who's right over there. Josephine, I thank you for your progressive vision and hope that you are both proud of what this program has grown into, and it has exceeded your expectations. You had a true vision and compassion to help people, and your legacy is very much alive in the program that prospers today. There have been numerous executive directors over the past 30 years. One of them, John Ward, my predecessor, is here tonight. John, thank you for raising the bar, pushing us to do more, and for all of your support, time, and effort, and insight. Additionally, I would like to extend my biggest thanks to our volunteer drivers. I am inspired by them on a daily basis. All of us who work together for Meals on Wheels are very different, yet we come together for one common goal, to give back to our community and to help care for our residents. These drivers, both past and present, not only dedicate their time, vehicles, and gas, but they willingly open their hearts every time they knock on a door and deliver a meal. Our drivers become friends, family, nurses, doctors, companions, counselors, and even an inspiration to our homebound clients. I would like all the volunteers here today to please stand and be recognized. Thank you guys. None of this would be possible without you. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for your humbling generosity and contributions to our program. Last but not least, thank you to Mayor Freed, the Township of Robbinsville, and the Senior Center staff for recognizing Meals on Wheels as this year's Pay It Forward recipient. Because of all of you, we can keep on knocking. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jody. So how are we doing out there? Are we excited yet? Well, without any further ado, let me introduce your mayor and my friend, Dave Freed.
Good evening. I have to get rid of Pastor Dan's step here. Sorry, Dan, I had to do it. Welcome, everyone. I think this might be our largest State of the Township ever. I'd like to thank John Henry Stone Terrace for having us back again this year. Everyone from the ownership to management to your hardworking servers have been going above and beyond at our Pay It Forward events. And I'd just like to thank them very much and maybe give them a round of applause. Many of the tables you see here tonight are occupied by our incredible Robbinsville team, and we would not be able to do what we do every day without each and every one of them. And I want to thank them for their hard work and dedication to public service. And of course, our newest MC, Nina Melker, who is a dear friend of mine and of the township, and I really appreciate her being here tonight. And since we have her up here, I thought she might help us with a little something. Last year, her friend, Janine Semino, was a very surprised recipient of our first Pay It Forward Community Partner Award. This year, we want to surprise two more deserving organizations who mean the world to us in Robbinsville. David Bradley Chocolates has been spreading the love, cheer, goodwill, the spirit of volunteerism, and yes, delicious chocolates, for many years. David Bradley quietly has been with us for every step of the way in every single Pay It Forward event, and they never ask for any credit. So that had to change tonight. Christine O'Brien, would you please come up and accept one of our first 2024 Pay It Forward Awards? Be Kind quickly gained a foothold in our area a few years back and has helped set a new standard for generosity and kindness. They support children, adults reach their full potential. To date, their more than 1,000 volunteers have helped over 25,000 people through their Joy of Giving campaigns. Umang Nayak, Akshita Nayak, and Cynthia Rosen, thank you for everything that you've done throughout our community, and please come forward to accept the second Pay It Forward Award.
I'm not taking it. Be kind.
Tonight we are paying it forward to Robbinsville Meals on Wheels. This organization was founded by Josephine Parr in 1995, and nearly 30 years later has become the very definition of paying it forward. We talk about our first responders every day, heroes, and rightfully so. But feel free to add the Meals on Wheels team, from the executive director, Jody Mara, who we heard from a minute ago, and treasurer, Matt Menino, to Mary Ann Foster and her food prep team at the Senior Center, and all our dedicated drivers we can add to that list. As you saw in the awesome video created by our friends from BAPS, this is a wonderful organization. Day in and day out, year in and year out, these volunteers give of themselves, their time, and even pay for their own gas to deliver a meal, a smile, a conversation, a wellness check, or just a friendly face at the door of more than our 20 homebound clients. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a couple of the former Meals on Wheels directors, John Ward and Sandy DiLorenzo. John has given most of his career to helping others in education, and Sandy is still a dedicated public servant as a key member of our construction office. To Nicole Fenn, Virginia Huff, Dave Williams, and all the other program leaders over the years, we thank you from the bottoms of our hearts. Would you all please stand again and just be recognized? Go ahead, come on. Thank you, guys. None of this could be possible without the vision, compassion, and kindness of Josephine Parr, who founded Meals on Wheels. It was a pleasant surprise when we learned that Josephine would be able to join us tonight, and I am thrilled to officially welcome her back to Robbinsville. And since we have Josephine here, it is only fitting that she has something to take home for her mantle. We have only given out 2 of these in my nearly 20 years as mayor, so this is as special as it gets. If Jody could please come up and join me for a moment, it's our honor to present Josephine with our Humanitarian Award for her vision, compassion, and kindness to our Robbinsville residents. Before we get rolling, I'd also like to acknowledge Seymour and Marcy Josephson, who are here with us this evening. And we'd like to recognize their incredible work with What's My Name Foundation. It's led to fundamental change to rideshare laws across the world, and we could not be prouder of them as we continue to both mourn and celebrate the life of their precious Samantha. I also want to thank my wife, Kit, my kids, Brett and Ashley, for all their love and support. It has been a long time since I've actually had both of my kids here for this event. And we can't accomplish anything in Robbinsville without the dedication, trust of a supportive council. And I'd like to recognize President Mike Todd, Vice President Debbie Blakely, Chris Siacchio, Hal English, and Amit Chopra. They are the bedrock of our municipal government. And I just want to thank them for their service to our community. Appreciate it, guys. He managed to walk away, but I'd also like to thank our former councilman, Ron Witt. He's one of my closest friends, and I'm thanking him for being here tonight. Oh, now he comes back.
Love this man.
Oftentimes, we also don't recognize the spouses of elected officials. I know in my house, I could not do what I do or have done what I have done without Kit managing everything and making sure our family is taken care of. So to all the spouses of the electeds, thank you. I want to thank the Robbinsville School District and the Board of Education for their partnership. As we all know, the district has been navigating some difficult waters the past few years, but hopefully the passage of the March 12th referendum will help them retain great teachers, maintain key programs, and keep current levels of courtesy busing and activity. And part of that passage was helped vastly by improving our local election system. And for that, we'd like to thank Mercer County Clerk Paula Calivo, gosh, I'm having trouble today, Calivo, and her investments in our new voting machines. And I'd like to thank her for also being here this evening. Superintendent Brian Betts is retiring from the district in July, and we want to thank him for his service to Robbinsville, and we also wish him the best. Our newest Assemblywoman, Tennille McCoy, is with us tonight. She was nice enough to personally come visit us at Robbinsville this last couple of weeks, and we appreciate having you. And we maintain a special relationship with our legislators who have helped secure extra state aid in and out every year for our district. Thank you for being here, Assemblywoman. Every year since we began the Pay It Forward event, I had the rare pleasure of doing something that no other town in New Jersey could claim, announcing nearly a decade of either flat or reduced municipal taxes. And I am thrilled to report that after a bit of a hiatus, we will be able to keep our municipal taxes flat again in 2024. Getting there is not easy. It almost never is, on either side of the balance sheet. But we are staying flat despite the worst inflation battle since the 70s, which, as you all know, has led to price hikes everywhere you turn. We are doing this while also improving our services and adding initiatives such as walking paths, trails, a playground in Windsor, a new community garden, and much more. I'd like to thank our finance team for their great work on our budget every year. No one hates raising taxes more than me, and I am very happy to be able to stay flat this year. Robbinsville taxpayers should also feel secure that they are getting a tremendous value for their money. The quality of our municipal services has not suffered, despite some big challenges, especially on our public works side. Our home values are still the fastest growing in all of Mercer County, and I'm going to have to give a little bit of props there to my fellow mayor who has happened to be with us here from Princeton. So we're working hard to keep up. This is a testament to those great services, an outstanding school system, a safe community, and a stable municipal taxes. As I announced last year, one of the long-term investments we are looking to make is a bit outside the box. But it looks like we will switch gears just a little bit to make that happen. Moving our police and court facilities, along with most of our day-to-day operations, to the former Romer Bank building next door will greatly enhance our services. This will save us time and money when compared to building a new facility. However, the longer we wait, the more expensive everything becomes. Logistically speaking, this is a no-brainer. Financially speaking, leasing the building for 10 to 12 years compared to buying it outright at what we considered an inflated price seems to be the right way to go. Even after retrofit, other renovations, we will still save compared to building a new building. We leave open the option of buying the building via condemnation when the lease expires. We built our existing municipal building in 2015 because it was the right thing to do at the time. I've said this before, but if there's one theme of our daily operations since I've become mayor, is we believe in doing what is appropriate in the climate that we're operating in. But we also leave ourselves options if a better opportunity arises in the future. If this option can be taxpayer neutral for our residents, even better. The bottom line is we desperately need a new court and police station, which will be shared both in terms of space and cost with our neighbors in Hightstown. We simply cannot kick this can down the road any further, because frankly there is no more road. And I'd also like to recognize and thank Susan Bluth, the mayor of Hightstown, who's here tonight, for her trust and partnership in this project. I have to thank all this year's generous sponsors, led by our corporate partners, Penn Bank, Capital Health, and of course our friends at BAPS. Thank you guys. Changing the State of the Township event for what used to be giving a mundane speech in the afternoon to people on their lunch break was not something that I particularly enjoyed. Yes, we got to tout some accomplishments, but it was never something we really felt great about. Now, we love this event. We've really truly changed some people's lives and transformed something we had to do by law into something that we look forward to doing every year. We've made a tangible difference in people's lives, and that's actually really pretty cool. After tonight's event, we will have raised over $500,000 for our friends, neighbors, organizations in need since 2015. It is truly something I never imagined in my wildest dreams, and I want to thank you all so much for helping me make it happen. We have a number of mayors in the room, and I was wondering if they wouldn't mind just quickly standing and being recognized. They do hard work, and I really appreciate their service. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention our host, Hamilton Mayor Jeff Martin, who has just been an incredible partner to us in Robbinsville. Today, it seems politics has become more partisan and divisive than ever. And it makes me really happy that we do not do that here in Mercer County. We all work together every day for the benefit of our residents. And I feel like the next mayor of Robbinsville, when that day comes, has some real advantages. Not just with some of the things that we've done short term, but also some of the things that we've done long term. Some of these things you have not seen yet, some haven't been reflected in our budget. But we've made moves that will pay big dividends, maybe not today or tomorrow or even next year. However, some of these moves we've made, such as eliminating lifetime health benefits, will have a big impact 5 to 10 years from now. Your future mayor is going to look back and realize he or she is in a really good spot. And whether it's the open space preservation we've done or how we are building our budgets, we always try and look to the future. Newtown Village was another example of very outside-the-box thinking. Buying a mobile home park is not something that the municipal government normally thinks about. It's never been done before, but it helped us round out our affordable housing plan. Future mayors of this town are going to look back and be grateful, A, for that revenue stream, but also for being able to meet our future affordable housing requirements. Financially, this town is going to make sense for a long time, and it's been another busy year, much of it dominated by schools and open space. And as I mentioned at the outset, our department heads have made incredible sacrifices across the board while never compromising the services for our residents. No town in Mercer County has invested more over the past 2 decades than Robbinsville in terms of open space. Passing the open space question in November allowed us to purchase the development rights for the lavender farm. It shows the level of confidence our residents have in our ability to make smart and sound decisions when it comes to open space. And one of our key partners in open space is Mercer County. And I'd like to thank our commissioners who are here tonight, and also Mercer County Dan Benson for all their help. I'd also like to thank the county executive, who had a very successful legislative career. COVID showed us that we had a few gaps in the county. Dan Benson decided to step up and create some much-needed change. He inherited a significant amount of challenges. He knew that going in, and he still decided to swing at every pitch. And I wanted him to know I appreciate and admire his willingness to step into that void. So thank you. The absolute pillar of the 5 tenets we always talk about every year is keeping our residents safe. Few departments do that better than our Robbinsville police officers, led by Chief Mike Pulaski. And I'd also like to acknowledge my first chief, Marty Masseroni, who's here tonight, taught me how to run a police department. Gentlemen, would you please stand? You deserve it. Officers, up you go. Come on, guys, I see you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'd like to thank Mercer County Sheriff Jack Kemmler for being here tonight, and our prosecutor Angela Honorfree for their endless dedication to public safety. I'd be remiss to not also thank our fire department, led by Chief Dan Schaffner, along with our dispatch and EMS teams who work tirelessly each and every day. I want to thank you guys as well. I know you're here. You guys don't mind standing up just for a minute? Come on. Chief Schaffner in his department, oh, he's still standing. Thank you, guys. Chief Schaffner and his department have done such a great job that we have finalized an interlocal, and we will now be providing fire services to our friends in Allentown as well. And I'd like to thank our residents and local businesses for sticking with us, for trusting us, and for most of all, for doing your part to keeping Robbinsville special. And until we meet again at our next Pay It Forward event, thank you all, and God bless you all. Come on.